Hello, my name is Waylon. I am the founder and operator, the sole dev for Castle Veldswords games. And what we're working on now is working on sprites. Unfortunately, before I had gotten all this stuff set up, I was already done. So in the future, I will definitely be showing my process with all of that. What I will focus on today is I will be talking about the spacing and the sizes for these different sprites and how to put them in your own stuff. Okay, so a good rule of thumb here is to always use your grid. Make sure that you're using a grid, and we'll get to that in just a second. But let's talk about sizing first. So here you can see I use Aseprite, and there's all kinds of different platforms that you could use, but the one that I prefer to use is Aseprite. If you want something that's good on mobile, then Pixel Studio is really amazing as well. However, so in Aseprite, we go up here to Sprite, and we're going to go to Canvas Size. And here you can see we have 576 by 288 pixels, which gives us this nice rectangle here. And for our grid, we're going to go to View. We're going to go to Grid Settings because I already have my grid set. And I have mine set to 144 by 144. Alright, so some common things here that I know that people run into is if, let's say, we had these two that were a little bit too close, and this guy had a stray pixel that comes out across over here. This is always going to show up no matter what in this guy's photo anytime you use this one, or anytime you use this one. So make sure that you leave just a little gap here. It kind of helps a lot. Okay, so next let's talk about the other sprites, the smaller ones, the ones you see walking around and doing other animations. This is basic walking animations here. And this canvas, let's go back up here. This canvas is going to be set to a 576 by 384. So this one's definitely going to be a little bit bigger. Now let's check out our grid, because this helps us keep it all together, right? The grid is going to be set to 48 by 48. Okay? Alright, so now with this one, you want them to be as centered as possible and their feet right at the bottom of that line, right at the top of that line. Again, this pixel would always show it. You know what? Let me put that down to 1 pixel. This pixel would always show up if it was below this line, and we don't want that. Alright, so how does this work in action? So I know a lot of this doesn't make any sense. It makes sense whenever you understand there's like, okay, so what these are going to be doing is like whenever he's facing down, I'll see him looking like this. When he's looking to the left, right, and looking forward or up. So what this does is basically the engine you're using is going to pull these images, and it has these listed out in these directions and in these spots for a reason, so it can have its multi-directional movement. So let's take a look over here. I'm using RPG Maker MZ, but this works for other engines as well. So here we have one of our guards that we were just working on in this project that I'm currently spending most of my life on. So here's one of our guards. So he's just named guard, and here is the sprite sheet. So we've already selected this one here because it's just a default. He's not always going to be looking down though, because I have him set to random autonomous movement. And this right here is where I've made a mistake, and we're going to be able to fix this. I'll show you guys how to do it in a second. But we have him set to random autonomous movement, and his actions, they're triggered by the action button. And all it's going to activate is this right here, because he only has this one single line. But let's go ahead and edit this and change this punctuation. Easy peasy. Okay, alright, so that is him. And now what he'll do is whenever the game is running, he's just going to be moving all over the place. He'll move at random. He could end up all the way on the other side of the map if he wanted to. But yeah, so that's the basics of what I've got going on here. I'll be covering all kinds of different stuff in the future. I'll be doing some live streams of what I'm actually working on, and I can tone down some of the monotony talking to you guys while I'm trying to draw and whatnot. All right, so last but not least, I'm going to do the shameless plug. I've got the website up and running. It's castleveltschmerz.com. That's Castle, and it's a WELTZSCHMERZ.com. So yeah, it tells you a little bit about the story, how it started, where it's going, and just a little bit here and there, some things about me. Not a whole lot. It's not like a huge thing. Some contact information, and I have those there for a particular reason because I have the store up and running as well. But this store is only for things like character profile busts. However, I will also say that I don't list this, but I do have options for, like I make music too. I make the music for my games and the sound effects as well. So if that's something people are looking for, just email me, and my contact is on the website. And I'll be happy to talk to you about that. I'll be happy to help you out with your project as well. Now, oops, I didn't mean to. Well, I guess since we're here, there is a donate screen too. So I love Liquid Death. Okay, again, I am in no way sponsored or partnered with them at all, but I do love their water, and even helping me out with just 1 can a day would be great. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this recording here. Be on the lookout in the future, and I will see you all next time.